Okay.
Oh, look, it's us.
Again.
It's us again. For second edition.
Yeah. It was a doubleheader day. Tonight, we went and saw Boop 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 Boop.
We didn't even practice that.
Nope. That girl, that Jasmine Amy Rose, whatever her name is. Damn. She's
good.
A powerhouse.
She's real good.
Okay, here's something you should know about Jerry. He doesn't do accents very well. He tries. He thinks he does an okay job. It's maybe like a 3 out of 10. I can't hold an accent to save my soul. This girl, her character voice and her accent, because I've seen interviews with her where she's just talking normal. Her character is so strong. It's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
She's so freaking good.
And she's really pretty.
She's so pretty.
Really great voice.
Her voice is stunning. Oh, I loved her.
So, the premise of this...
Eric Bergen, big fan.
Love Eric Bergen.
Big fan. Faith Prince, big fan. Loved her. You did not.
I loved her fine.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so the premise of this one, Boop, is that she wants to stop being like...
She wants a day off.
She wants a day off from being Betty Boop. And her Grampy has created this machine that can transport her to the real world where she's never been. So she lives in a completely black and white world, which was really cool. All the costumes were black and white. They used the screen behind, it was very cartoony. Lots of screens. But it was very cartoony and everything was black and white. Like at one point she clocks some man over the head and you see all of the stars and the birds that you would see in cartoons around his head. And so was super cool. It was very, very clever. Anyway, and so then she gets on this machine, she goes to the real world, and she is introduced to color. Like she's never seen it before.
But she shows up to Comic-Con 2025 New York City.
A Comic-Con.
So it's now.
So you're seeing weirdo, no offense to anyone, but Pikachus and cosplayers and all the things. What are these weird lines in your phone? You see them? It looks like a grid.
It is. It's to help you find the frame.
Oh.
You're getting distracted. Stay on task.
I've never seen them.
Stay on task.
There's just a weird white line through my face. Anyway, and so she basically has a Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat song, where it's all of the colors of the rainbow.
It was red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet and fawn. If you've ever done that show, you know that that's stuck in your brain forever.
You know. Anyway, so she gets there and, okay, that's cute. So that part of the premise is fine, but
then she gets found out that she's Betty Boop, and then she becomes super popular again, and then the mayor, the guy who's running for mayor, Eric Bergen, tries to get her to help his campaign.
And then one of the best songs of the whole show was his, because he's so dang good. But he's trying to put a move on her.
Yeah, it was very Mr. Hart in 9 to 5.
So the thing is this: the dancing in this show is awesome.
It's old school choreography.
Yeah, and the first number of the show is this huge tap number, so good.
Yeah,
and the use of the screen behind it, so good, and the costumes are beautiful. They're fabulous. So that's all really great. Love the dancing. Love the screen use in that. Then she comes to the real world and then the screen becomes annoying.
Yeah.
The pictures aren't totally clear. They're a little...
pixelated-y, blurry, kind of weirdish.
And to depict the outside of this apartment, this brownstone, it's just a picture. So they're standing at the stairs up to this brownstone. They're okay, let's go inside. And they walk off the side of the stage. Yeah. And I'm
yeah, it was so weird.
That's dumb.
And they had certain set pieces for the interior or exterior that didn't really have rhyme or reason. And she came out with some, I just remember in in her house, she has a tray, and the bed was at such a weird angle.
Yeah.
I'm like, no
Even
bed is
in
in a room like that.
Valentina's.
In Valentina's, yeah. I'm like, no bed is ever on an angle like that in the bedroom. It was weird.
Well, you don't look
And
at
then she
design
walked
magazines like I do then, because
No
some
one-
people do put them at the angle, and it's
Absolutely
weird.
not. Nobody does.
No, they do.
No, no,
Look,
no.
weigh in. There are people who
No.
put their beds at an angle in a corner, especially in old houses.
It wasn't in a corner. It was in the middle of the room.
Okay, but suspend your disbelief.
I can't when she walked behind it to put stuff on the bookshelf.
She like hung out
No.
behind the bed. That was weird.
Anyway, and then she just walked across the stage and put like a tray she was carrying on
Yeah.
it. And I was like,
Why?
why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
It was like you could see the blocking. You could see
Yes.
the direction of the blocking. And at one
Especially
point, the
with
one
her,
girl,
frankly.
the one girl like walked down and around, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, it was very benoodles. It just felt,
Yeah.
I felt like I could see the blocking.
Yeah. So then they're like, there's a love story in there, how she met this boy and Betty.
He has blue eyes.
Yeah, and she falls in love with him, but she also meets his little sister and changes her whole life, and then
tells her that she's good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people like her.
Yes. And then in the like grand scheme of things, like Betty coming there like changed the world, and also she got their aunt elected as mayor of New York City. It was like it derailed, and it was like too many.
It had
The
too
book-
many plot points. It was like trying to do too many different things. Like we're in
Yeah.
Comic-Con, we're in 2025, we're in New York City, we're running for mayor, we're finding a friend. She doesn't have any friends back in the cartoon world because she's like, you're my only friend. And then she's meeting a boy and she's falling. There's just too many things were happening.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, we're going down too many tangents here.
Yeah.
I felt like the book was not good.
It was not a well written book.
I didn't
And then
enjoy it.
where they
But the music was great. The dancing was
Really?
great. The singing was great.
where
so I
they
was
really
like,
lost me.
I knew it. As soon as the second act started, I was like, oh, she's going to hate this. It was
Well,
women
they went
empowerment.
super political. They just went super political, and I'm like, I do not want politics in my shows that I'm watching. I don't want it. I don't want to hear your viewpoints. I don't want anything politicized. I just want to watch people sing and dance.
But why can't that
and
be
have a
part
good
of
time.
Why can't that be part of it?
Because I don't want to hear that.
Well, then don't go see the show.
I didn't know that was in the show. I didn't know they
I don't
were
know.
going to do that.
I just feel like you can do whatever you want to in your show. And they wanted to put that in there and it worked. It worked. It served their purpose. Like Betty Boop is not just an object, but she's like a woman empowerment, down with the patriarchy kind of thing. And I was like, all right. I mean, it works in the storyline that you have set up. Like, okay.
But I hated it. Like it went from like cute and cartoony and bright colors and all this stuff to
It did feel
we
a little
have to have
heavy-handed.
a political message here.
Which it was fine to have a political message. She's running for mayor, so like it's okay. Like it just felt a little heavy-handed. Like it was one thing and then another and then another, and it's like, okay, we get it. And I mean, it didn't bother me. I knew it bothered you, and I was like,
Just like as soon as that ever happens in any show, I'm like, nope. I almost flipped it off. I almost flipped the camera off, but I thought better of it because someone might be offended by that, so I didn't. But anyway, and then she has an 11th hour number, which don't get us wrong, she sang it like a boss. She was incredible.
so good.
But for whatever reason, the audience felt it necessary to stand for what seemed an eternity.
It was a very long
They
standing
stood
ovation.
And clapped and screamed and clapped
Forever.
forever. And we're like,
Sorry.
move it along. This show needs to end. And then they just like.
It was
end
like Game of Thrones. They just killed everyone, and it was like over. And you're like, wait, what?
Kill everyone. But
It felt very abrupt. Like,
they're just like, oh, we need to do something.
oh, okay, now we're in love, and you can come here to the cartoon world, and yay! And it was like, what?
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. But
It was weird.
again, the lighting, that was super cool when they kissed. And
Kissed.
Yes, and her whole dress, like.
Oh, his and
turned
hers
ra-
and
mhm.
his shirt. Yeah, that was super cool. That was costumes.
Yeah.
Cool costumes.
Super. Like they kiss in the end, and her white dress
But
turns rainbow colors.
But it was Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. But it was Betty Boop in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
dream dress. Yeah.
And then the half black and white, half color costume dance at the top of the second act was
Where is
mind
Betty? Boop, boop,
blowing.
It was super cool.
Oh my
You can
gosh.
look that one up on YouTube.
It is so cool. I was like, oh, what?
So the front of their costume is either color or black and white, and the back of their costume was either color or black and white. So they were like opposites.
It was like every other person.
So it was really cool.
And
they would flip around black and white. The whole screen would turn to that.
The colors on the screen, yeah, the lighting, everything changed, and I was like,
yeah,
man, that had to have taken a long time in tech.
Oh, and in that one trio with the 3 guys, 2 of them
With the hats?
were in the black and white world, and one was the boy she was in love with in the color world. And the lighting that they had on the black and white people was so cool
It was
because
really
they
cool.
looked great.
Uh-huh. And then they took off the hat and took off the hat, and then he took off his hair.
It was that was cool. So there were a lot of really cool technical elements to the show. And again, the dancing and the costumes were really, really great.
Yeah.
Just overall, a really convoluted, stupid book and story. So, I mean, I can see why it's closing. It's not the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was bad. It just was like, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen worse. I've seen way worse.
That's true. I have too, but yeah.
I would say overall, I enjoyed myself. I had a fun night.
I heard you laugh a couple times.
Yeah, I smiled. I had a good time.
I was downstairs. He was upstairs. My ear is just really bad right now. I'm sorry, everyone.
And you heard me laugh?
I could hear you laughing in the downstairs.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Sorry,
Anyway.
everyone.
So
Okay, well, there you have
there
it.
you have it.
Two for two.
2 for 2.
I got 2 more tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Jerry is seeing Heathers,
Yes.
and then we are all seeing Stranger Things.
Very exciting. So
Okay.
stick around, and
Bye.
we'll see you later.